Hello everyone, it's time for another Paletteful Packs unboxing. My name is Monique Renee and today I'm going to unbox the September Petite Paletteful Packs box. So let's just jump right on in. First thing I see, oh gosh, mess. First thing I see here is a pencil sharpener. I wonder what else is gonna be inside. Okay, wow, these guys look really interesting. Wow, I guess these are Kohinoor, I hope that is how you pronounce these, Tritone colored pencils, and hopefully you guys can see these tips look really interesting. They do have like multiple colors in the tip. They remind me of those huge pencils you'd buy in like elementary school, and I'm really excited to see what these guys actually perform like. We've got a lot of fun colors too though. Next thing I see here, and this is awesome, I've actually been wanting one of these forever. This is a pencil extender. So if you use a pencil and you whittle it down to like this size and you can't comfortably grab it, you stick it in one of these bad boys and it extends the pencil so you can grab it more comfortably. So this is honestly, should be a staple for anyone who uses colored pencils, and I'm so happy that I have one now. This looks like it is Strathmore artist tiles. I don't think I've ever seen these before, but it looks like it has a Bristol board surface and it is a little square size. Mr. Train, please. It says up here for pattern drawing and meditative art, so that must just be because it's Bristol board and it's really, really smooth and it's good for that kind of thing. So I'm excited to use them with the colored pencils because it does have that smooth texture. And then we've also got some artist trading cards. These are really fun. I really enjoy using these. The small size is surprisingly challenging, and it's really fun to see what you can make on such a tiny little surface. So this looks like it has a vellum finish. It's an illustration board, also by Strathmore, and it is trading card size. So I'm going to be really excited to make some trading cards today. And we have got our information card. So the first thing on here is the Kohinoor Tritone multicolored pencils, and we've got 8 of these. It says, whoa, hello. The information card says it is a revolutionary pencil that creates extraordinary depth in colored pencil drawing. The core is made of 3 different colored leads that are braided together. Ooh. And it ensures that the colors alternate with minimal wrist movement. So I guess you can control which color. That's kind of what I'm inferring from here. So I'm excited to see how this will work. I just noticed this one almost looks like a candy corn, and I'm so ready for autumn. Oh my gosh. It looks like we've also got a oh my gosh, can I say words? A Kohinoor polycolor blender, which is a colored pencil blender. You use these to make your colored pencil drawings look more smooth. We've got the artist tiles, these guys, fine drawing surface and a heavier weight sheet, nice. We've got the trading cards, which, yes, trading cards, and we've got the pencil sharpener and the pencil lengthener. So those are all our supplies. I'm now going to see what prompts we have for this month. We have got last, old, cozy, and coffee. Right off the bat, I'm totally digging cozy and coffee, especially since I just said I'm excited for autumn. So let's break out these supplies, let's swatch them and see what we are dealing with. All right, so I took out each of the drawing surfaces. This looks like a normal regular piece of like Bristol board, but this one, I'm surprised it's really thick. It almost has like a cardstock thickness to it. The surfaces seem very similar, so they're both probably going to be very smooth, but I was really surprised at the thickness of this. So I'm going to do my swatching on this one because these are nice and I want to save these for like an actual finished work. So I'm going to do swatches on this and see what these pencils look like. Okay, so I am going to start with this black and gray pencil. It's nice because they have all 3 of the colors on the end here, and I'm just going to start. So the first thing I notice is that the pencil itself is really smooth. It's a really nice texture. And it does look like you get more than one color just by kind of like rotating it in your hand. So I'm going to see another pencil to see if it'll be more apparent. I'm going to try this guy, and he looks, oh, they have names. Oh, they have fun names. This guy is called Spanish Night, and he's red, purple, and black. This one is Desert Yellow. Oh, these are fun. Okay, I really like it when a product has really fun names. I just think this one's Poppy. That's so cute. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm going to try Spanish Night next. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, hello. So it kind of like almost combines the colors together, and then just like moving it around in your hand, you can kind of get some different effects. So these guys are very unique. I don't think I've ever used an art supply quite like this. And I'm excited. Oh, this one's, okay, I like this one a lot better because the changes between the colors are much more subtle. And I can feel like I have a bit of a better grasp on like one of these guys, because I can kind of like identify where the darkest part is, and then I can like switch to a lighter one, and that creates a really lovely gradient. Actually, that's really nice. Let me take our blender here and see if I can kind of like blend these colors together. Oh yeah, hello. Okay, the blender works beautifully, works just like a blender should. I'm not sure if you guys can see because it's so far away. I'll do another zoom up, but you know when you have like colored pencils, and no matter how hard you try to like press into the paper, there always seems to be some texture left over or some little white spots. This guy is great because if you just kind of rub over those spots, it fills in the gaps with the colored pencil and gets rid of that texture or that extra white spots. And it makes the whole piece look really smooth and really polished and nice. So this is also another staple for people who use color pencils. That is a pretty color. Ooh, this is a really autumny pencil. I like this one. Ooh, yes. These are so interesting. Alright, so here are the swatches of all the different pencils. Definitely some of them are more extreme in the color variances than others, and I'm going to do some brainstorming to see kind of what little illustration I want to do on one of these cards, and I think I'm just going to go for it. The fun thing about these, I think, is going to be that they're very unpredictable, so I'm going to try to use that to my advantage, and let's see what I come up with. Alright, so to start out, I just went in with the black pencil and I started sketching just to kind of get a feel for how they worked. And I quickly noticed that they weren't as unpredictable as I thought they were going to be. I kind of assumed these pencils would switch between these extreme color variances to create these wild and unpredictable colors, but it wasn't quite the case once I actually started using them. I noticed that the color variances were a lot more subtle, and when you kind of use these pencils, the colors almost blend together on their own. So they definitely weren't what I was expecting, and because of that, I realized that I probably should not draw a human being because I could not get a skin color that I was happy with. It's definitely possible, but also color is not my strong suit, so I decided to go with something else that wasn't a person. But I also noticed that I had these beautiful, beautiful oranges and yellows, and I immediately thought of pumpkins. And I was also thinking on the prompt list, and One of the coziest things that I can imagine in the whole world is going to a pumpkin patch in early fall, and you have your coffee and you have a sweater on and you're eating apple cider donuts and you pick out your pumpkin, and just, oh, the thought just fills me with so much coziness. So I quickly decided, yeah, I'm absolutely going to draw pumpkins. So I decided to test out how the pumpkin would look in the top here, and I was just so ready to go for it. From there, I took out my trading card and I sketched really lightly where I wanted the pumpkins and the leaves to be. I also used a pencil from a previous Paletteful packs to do this sketch. And then I started going in with the colors. I noticed right away that the trading card had such a smooth surface, and it was really, really lovely to draw on. Especially since these colored pencils are also really smooth, they just like glided across the surface and just created such a beautiful and bold color on this surface, and it was just, oh, it was beautiful. It was so fun to work on. Now, I was really intimidated by these pencils. One, because I thought they were going to be a lot more unpredictable than they were, and two, because I'm not very confident in my color pencil skills to begin with. But the more I just used these pencils and played around with them, I realized that they weren't as scary as I thought, one, and they were pretty intuitive. The cool thing about these pencils is that it's almost like you get 3 pencils in one, and I feel that my color pencil works are always flat because I'm not sure quite like which colors to use. So using these pencils was awesome because like you kind of get 3 in 1, and the color shifts are more subtle than I was expecting. So you just get these really subtle shifts in color in the areas that you're coloring, and it ends up creating much more depth and much more interest than if you were just using one colored pencil. And because of that, I feel like the end result is one of the best color pencil works I've ever done. Also, with the help of the colorless blender, I was able to really blend the pencils together. They did a pretty good job on their own of doing that, but having the colorless blender here really just made everything look so much more just polished, and it just adds like an extra layer of, I don't know, just like niceness. So it was very lovely to have that as well. The color pencils also layered on top of each other really nicely. You can see, especially with the pumpkin, how I kind of blended the color pencils together. And I did this just by layering the pencils on top of each other and alternating between them. And the pencils layer really nicely. So I ended up getting this really beautiful and really vibrant orange color for these pumpkins just by using the yellow pencils and the red-orange pencils. And as you can see, it looks like I used an entire box of color pencils for this pumpkin because there's so many like subtle shifts in the color, and I just used 2 pencils. And that was awesome. Like I had no idea that these pencils existed or that they were something that I would want. And now I'm like, I have a new standard for color pencils now. All in all, this is another lovely box from Paletteful Packs. If you're interested in getting your own, there is a link in the description where you can do so. And if you already have Paletteful Packs and would like to show us your work, you can do so by tagging us on Instagram, and we would love to see it. That's going to be all from me today, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this demo, and I will see you next month for another Petite unboxing.